Hi, this is Renee, and welcome to my kitchen table and my continuing journey through carcinosarcoma uterine cancer. So pull up a chair and let's get started. So again, I'm Renee. I'm blind, but I'm having vision to get through this cancer treatment. And this week's topic is getting to the finish line. Wow, I'm heading into chemo 5, and it has not been an easy journey, but it's been bearable. I started this journey back in December of 2025 and got hit out of the blue with a uterine cancer diagnosis. Thought I was past cancer because I'm an 11-year breast cancer survivor, but it is what it is. In December 2025, got a diagnosis upon visiting the emergency room of uterine cancer carcinosarcoma, which is an extremely rare cancer, responsible for this cancer is found in less than 5% of women every year, but it has a high mortality and reoccurrence rate. So, needless to say, the doctors or my oncologist at the Simon Cancer Center here in Indianapolis have really thrown everything at this to get ahead of it. So hopefully I can beat it, live a long and healthy life, and not have it come back. But it hasn't been an easy journey. I am heading into my 5th chemo, and each chemo, it seems like the side effects get just a little worse. It takes me a little longer to recover. So I've been fortunate, no neuropathy as of yet in my fingertips, and I use cryotherapy gloves for that, and I have a video on my channel about the usefulness of cryotherapy. And I am off work trying to just take care of myself and keep my mind focused. This week I thought a lot about a thought that popped into my head. I know my family's asked me this: why, if you had the cancer removed through a hysterectomy and you've done a few chemo cycles, why do you have to do 6? So I did some research on this because this week, I'm not going to lie, I really don't want to finish. I'm tired. I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready for some normalcy in my life. But I read a really good article, which I'm going to put in the video description, a link. So if you want to look at it, if you're going through chemo and battling, why should I finish too? I found it to be helpful. So I think all of us, we have struggles in our life. We think about times in our past where, gee whiz, I really just don't want to finish this. We've had hard things, but oftentimes some of our greatest rewards come from finishing hard things. I know as I look back through my life, I can look at things that were really hard where I didn't really want to finish. And one thing that pops into my mind is I decided into my 40s to go to school and earn my master's degree in social work. And my first week, it was just a battle. There was not a lot of accessibility for my blindness. I felt like I wasn't going to read the books. I wasn't going to do it. I went to the financial aid office because I had taken out a little bit of Pell Grant money and said, how do I return this? And I just wanted to finish because I felt like I couldn't do it. But as I walked out of the financial aid office, I sat and I thought to myself, this was something I'd always wanted to do. And I went ahead and powered through, and I found a way. I just found a way through various means to get what I needed to do my classes. And I'm so glad I finished because it's given me a meaningful career. So how does this relate to cancer? I'll tell you. My why and for getting my social work degree was because I wanted to help other people who were blind. And in my job, I've been able to do that. It's been pretty wonderful. I work for a state agency that helps people with disabilities to get the services they need to function with their disability and return to work. So I kind of gave it some thought this week of what is my why for finishing cancer treatment? And there were a few reasons. So, one, for my son, my stepkids, my grandkids, I want to be around to support and encourage all the kids. And then the grandkids, same reason, I want to be around to see them grow up, go to high school, college if they so choose, find their mate, and be there to support, encourage them throughout their life. And that's going to require some effort on my behalf of finishing treatment. And I would say my second why is right up in equal importance is because my husband and I would like to retire together pretty soon and do some traveling and see the world. So I want to be here for that. There's a lot of things I have to see yet in this world, and I want to live my life to its fullest, enjoying some traveling and seeing the world. So that's another why for me. And I would guess my third why is I want to really help other people survive their cancer journey and maybe provide some hope and encouragement along the way. So there's the whys. And then, as I said, I was feeling discouraged this week, just really did a lot of research on what is the purpose of me going through this, losing my hair, having side effects, not being able to work. And I looked at this article. As I said, again, it's in the description, and this article talked about that cancer, they give a certain number of cycles. And in my case, I'm getting the paclitaxel carboplatin regimen. And the reason for 6 cycles is they want to make sure that they're hitting cancer cells all throughout these cycles at different stages. So I learned that cancer cells, some of them may be resting when you get a treatment. Some of them, in my case, the cancer is very aggressive, so they wanted to get going with treatment right away after my hysterectomy. So they started pretty soon after I recovered. And so the purpose of the 6 cycles is to make sure that they catch the actively growing cancer cells and the nasty ones that may be in the resting phase. So hopefully by the end of 6 cycles, they've killed all the aggressively active cells and the ones that may try to rear their head that have been resting. And then another reason that I discovered to finish cancer treatment and to finish chemo is that it really raises your chances of surviving throughout the next 5 years and beyond. It lowers your risk of reoccurrence. One thing that really spoke to me was that by delaying treatment or not finishing, your cancer can actually make quite a comeback and perhaps move to the next stage. So I'm at stage 1, so it could move to stage 2, or it can even get so bad it moves to stage 4 from missing cycles and not sticking to the regimen. And I certainly do not want that. And if by skipping or not finishing treatment, it can set you all the way back to the beginning. If your cancer gets worse, it can cause the doctors to have to come up with a new regimen and just really prolong things and the misery even longer. So I was really glad I did the research. I hope you'll check it out. It's a short, easy to read article, and I found it to be helpful. So chemo number 5, here I come. I've got a full head of steam. I am fully recovered from my last chemo. Trying to keep it in perspective, I know that after this 5th chemo, I'm going to have the week of fatigue, not having much appetite, just feeling run down, and then it'll get better. And then guess what? I'll be looking forward to chemo 6. and more to come on that next video. I hope that if you're fighting cancer or you're supporting someone you love who's fighting cancer, you found this video helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and for those of you who have subscribed, anything you would like to know or me to cover in a future video, please let me know. So in the meantime, please hit like and subscribe so other people can find this channel and hopefully get some support and encouragement, and we can be together along the way throughout our cancer journey. So until next time, I plan on staying strong, and I'll leave you with a quote by Stephen Pressfield. Resistance is often greatest right before the finish line. Thank you. See you next time.